Welcome in, everybody, to another live of the Yankees Den podcast. I am your host, Lorenzo, joined with my co host, Jimmy. The Yankees lose this one today, or yesterday, if you want to say, by a score of 10-2 in game two out of three versus the Cincinnati Reds. Offense didn't do a whole lot. There were errors, not clean defense that led to multiple runs. Will Warren did have 8 Ks. We're going to touch on that. He gave up 2 earned and 4 unearned runs. He has a 3.45 ERA on the season. Now, heading into the recap, Goldie starts it off by hitting a home run. He's been phenomenal so far. It looked good in the first inning. They were up 1-0. Goldie solo home run. Then we jumped to the third inning with 2 out and 2 on. Sal Stewart, who killed us today, hits a 2-run double to take a 2-1 lead in the third. And then, of course, Volpe, another error from him at shortstop. It seems like every time he's at shortstop, he has an error. Although me and Jimmy did look at the play, Ben Rice could have scooped the ball, but
Mhm.
Anthony Volpe, if he's your starting shortstop, you need to be making better throws. He made another bouncing throw today on a routine ball. You have to make better throws if you're the starting shortstop. But Volpe makes an error, and then in the fifth, the Reds get a sack fly and a run off the bat of Stewart again, making it 3-1. And in that fifth inning, which is when the Volpe ever happened, Will it makes Will Warren throw more? That's the inning when it happened, right? Or was that the third inning? Do you remember? Can you pull
The
that up for me,
third
Jimmy?
inning, the third inning was just the South Stewart doubled, and it was a 2-1 Reds lead. It was the fifth inning where Spencer Steer, pretty much said that's the dagger.
Is that where Volpe made the error though? I'm trying to remember which inning
I
Volpe made the error.
believe so. I think it was the fifth inning. Yeah.
Okay. But Will Warren throws more pitches than he needs to. He would have been out of the inning. And then up comes Spencer Steer, who's had a great season so far. He hits a 3-run home run to give the Reds a 6-1 lead. The Yankees then have an opportunity in the bottom half with them loaded in 2 outs. Goldschmidt, he strikes out. He's been good all year, so you can't blame him. But they don't come through with runners in scoring position. Had guys on in the bottom of the 6-2, 2 on, no out, stranded them again. Had opportunities tonight. We did not execute against Andrew Abbott and the Reds bullpen. In the eighth inning, Ryan Yarbrough allows a bases clearing double from Sal Stewart, who I said had a big game. He had 6 RBIs tonight against the New York Yankees pitching. Then Myers comes in, pinch hits, gets an RBI double. After the eighth inning, it's 10-1 Reds. The Yankees would go on to get a run on an error in the bottom of the eighth inning, don't fight back anymore, and lose by a score of 10-2. The Yankees lose. They are still 3 games up in the AL East as the Rays lose. They're 46-29. They're still in a good position. Can't win them all, but now you have to face Chase Burns in the rubber game, game three against ERC because Cole got pushed back. All the starters got pushed back a day. We'll get into that, but they have to face Burns now in the rubber game. Jimmy, give me your thoughts.
That was a game that you need to forget as a Yankee fan, considering how well the team has been playing without Aaron Judge and Trent Grisham and Giancarlo Stanton, Max Fried. Um, that was that was awful. I think the highlight at the stadium today was seeing all those people line up for the Aaron Judge bobblehead. No, but in all seriousness, bro, you know, Will Warren just I don't know. I don't see it with him. I mean, it's just every time there's somebody on base, it's guaranteed that there's a run. It's guaranteed that a run will be allowed. That's a guy I don't really want on my team in October. Um, but no, Sal Stewart had 6 RBIs today. That was insane.
Yeah.
I also think one of the highlights of the game was Paul Goldschmidt hitting a first inning home run. Um, he's hitting 391 against lefties this year. He's hitting 291 overall with 12 home runs, 37 RBIs, with a .901 OPS. But I'm just getting tired of this platoon bullshit. There was no way that Ahmed Rosario should be hitting second in your lineup. Like, what is that logic from the nerds in the Yankees front office, the analytical geeks, I should say? Like, what sense does that make to have Rosario hit second? If anything, Ben Rice should have hit second.
Yeah, they have.
And
Yeah, they do have Ben Rice. I find that interesting, Jimmy. They had him leading off, even though against the lefty, they kept him in the leadoff spot. You think that's permanent until Grisham and Judge come back?
I think it's a very strong possibility. I mean, who else is leading off for the team? I mean, Caballero, no. You don't want Jazz leading off. I mean, Dominguez would be a good leadoff
Yeah,
guy,
Dominguez.
but just a disastrous game today. Um, yeah, I mean, it was so bad that Max Schumann pitched the ninth inning,
Oh
and
no.
then Jake Bird, has a scoreless appearance today, just like he did yesterday, and he gets sent down. Thank God. I mean, you can't trust him. And now Elmer Rodriguez is going to start against Chase Burns, who's got the fourth best ERA in all of the MLB. So tomorrow should be fun, and I mean that sarcastically. And then I mean, Ryan Yarbrough is just terrible. Why did the Yankees have two long relievers on their team? What sense does that fucking make? It makes no sense. And then you can't win a game today. Can't win a baseball game when the whole team and the whole offense leaves 10 runners left on base and goes 0 for 13 with runners in scoring position. I'm sorry. I don't, that was just a disastrous game, but they've been playing well. You can't win them all, but, tomorrow's going to be even harder for the Yankees, going against Chase Burns. And it was supposed to be Garrett Cole tomorrow, but they wanted to give Garrett Cole, an extra day. And, we will not be seeing Schlittler versus Schoolbowl on Wednesday night against the Tigers. So that's an absolute bummer.
Yeah.
But, just a disastrous game. And it's a game you have to, you got to forget this game and, move on. And how will they respond tomorrow against Chase Burns? We shall wait and see.
Yeah. I mean, nothing to really harp on because, like you've mentioned, they've been so good with the guys like Grisham and Judge and Stan and all these guys injured, Freed, right? But you would like to ideally take this game because you're facing Burns tomorrow and your likelihood decreases of winning that game. But honestly, I want to see it. I want to see how this offense responds to facing him, and if they just don't give a rip. They've hit good pitchers so far this year, and hopefully they knock the cover off the ball, get to him early, rattle him a little bit, and salvage this game 3 and take the series. You don't want to lose to the Reds in this series at home. Anyway, I don't know, to your question, Jimmy, why they have two long relievemen in the pen, but I did see something from John Boy, actually. Shout out to Talking Yanks and John Boy, but ERC gets called up. Jake Bird gets sent down, right? Jake Bird,
Mm-hmm.
after ERC start, cannot be sent back up right away. So
Correct.
what happens? Are they gonna put someone in the? Are they sticking? Will Warren, or are they sticking Weathers in the pen? Are they going to give ERC some starts? What do you or is someone going to get an opportunity? Are they going to bring up a Giovanni Cruz? I don't think Legrand is going to come up yet, but maybe he could come up. What do you think? Something like that happens? Someone's given an opportunity in the pen.
It's a great question. And what I think the Yankees are doing tomorrow is a smart thing. You push Cole back, an extra day. You have Schlittler lined up against Boston, and you know how he is against Boston. Um, but I think it's interesting that you bring up that question because you could have Elmer Rodriguez up, okay, and then, well, I mean, hold on, let me try and train my thought. It's late at night. Um, I mean, you bring up Elmer Rodriguez tomorrow, he makes the start, and then you bring up a fresh arm on Monday, like a Yuri De Los Santos, an Angel Chivilli, or Giovanni Cruz. I don't think LeGrand would come up, but I think the Yankees are continuing to showcase Elmer Rodriguez, for a potential trade. I was told tonight by someone I trusted, and they told me that Elmer Rodriguez Cruz was heavily discussed in a potential Mackenzie Gore package back in the winter for the Nationals. So that's very telling. And I think it's a couple things, extra rest for the pitchers because it's a long season. And,
Mhm.
you got Garrett Cole coming off Tommy John, and
Yep.
Ryan Weathers is almost at his career high in innings. And, Kim Schlittler's never threw this many innings. But I think it would be interesting to see, you know, how, will Elmer Rodriguez be up with the team, you know, after tomorrow, or are they just going to bring up a fresh arm? I don't I don't know what's going to happen, but it's so interesting that you posed that question. If you want my prediction, I think Elmer Rodriguez just starts tomorrow and they just demote him back to AAA and call up a fresh arm for, that Tiger series coming up on Monday night. But thank
Mhm.
God Jake Bird is gone. He absolutely sucks. It's bad. It's bad. I don't care if he's thrown two scoreless appearances his last, two games. The guy is unreliable. You can't have him pitch anywhere. And it's so bad. And they, tweaked his mechanics a lot, and it just hasn't worked.
Yeah, I mean, Jake Bird hasn't been a good Yankee. It's unfortunate because I did think it might have worked out with a reset and Matt Blake, but yeah, ERC coming up, probably just maybe taking the star. Maybe they'll bring up a fresh arm. They like De Los Santos. They bring him up every now and again. Chavilli, he just got back from the injured list. Maybe you see Giovanni Cruz. Highly doubt it. Maybe you see LeGrand. Hey, highly doubt it because I still think they want him to get innings down in AAA in the pen. But it's interesting that you bring up the Mackenzie Gore and ERC being involved because do we see ERC involved in a trade for maybe a Tarek Schoolboy? Do we see him involved in a trade for a catcher or if they went down the rabbit hole of a high end reliever? I don't know who that would be, but is he a name that's going to now be traded? Is so you have to kind of wonder a little bit. You already know, you saw the report, you saw the tweets of John Heyman saying that the Tigers like LeGrand and Lombard. I don't think they would give up Lombard. So then you have to wonder, well, what else? And I saw another tweet today that it was the Yankees and Dodgers are going to be the heavy favorites and the heavy bidders for Tarek Skubal this deadline. And if the
And that
Dodgers
and
get him,
and that was according to Ken Rosenthal of The
yeah.
Athletic.
And listen, Jimmy, if the Dodgers somehow get Tarek Skubal, this league is screwed because then
Already is
they'll
screwed.
because they have everyone. They have everyone. Like I don't know how many more guys they need to obtain, but it's ridiculous at this point. And obviously, teams don't care if they're trading with the Dodgers because the Dodgers have the best farm system too. They care about bettering their team and their farm system. They would get a lot of young prospects, a lot of depth, and a lot of good players from that farm system. So for us, we would have to give up higher end prospects like a LeGrand, ERC, a Lombard, a Spencer Jones, or Dominguez. But that I just wanted to ask you that question on that. But getting a little bit into the offense and a little bit of the defense from tonight, I just wanted to bring up a positive. Dominguez 2 for 3, keeps on hitting. Love what he's been doing since given his opportunities, Jimmy. I'm just a big Jason Dominguez fan. I love Jason Dominguez. But Volpe, his arm, I know we said it briefly and we talked about it before the game, right? That Ben Rice has been good with those backhand scoops and he could have made that play. He should have made that play. Maybe it shouldn't have been an error. But also, how was Volpe short hopping that throw? It was a routine play. And he, like I said before earlier, he did it twice. He did it again after that. He got it and he like threw it lightly. You could tell he threw it lightly. It's like he didn't trust his arm or trust himself to make that throw accurately, which is not a good sign from your shortstop. You take Caballero out of the main position where he's best at, has the most DRS at that position, and he's comfortable and he was hitting there. He was hitting fine. He was getting into a groove. Now you're mixing him around. You're putting him in the outfield, the infield, all these different situations, and now his bat's getting out of rhythm a little bit. Keep him at his position. Volpe should be the one moving around. Cabby earned that spot, and we're just not seeing what the Yankees said that they were going to do when Cabby got injured, and I don't like that at all. But Volpe's arm stinks. He needs to move to second base. His arm is not built for shortstop. I know we got another hit today, but I really don't care. I've been saying every episode, yes, we're going to give him his praise when he does good, but I still just think that a major thing on this team and a major problem is Volpe at shortstop. And in the postseason, I don't want that. I want every play made that's routine. Of course, there's going to be some bobbles or some things that happen, but Caballero needs to be the starting shortstop of the New York Yankees until you're ready to bring up a guy like George Lombard Jr. You do you agree with me, Jimmy?
Of course, I agree. I mean, we've been saying every episode that Caballero needs to play at his natural position, but the Yankees love playing guys out of position, as you can see. I mean, it's been a recurring thing under the Aaron Boone led Yankees. It's just ridiculous. But yeah, I mean, Ben Rice has to make that play, but like Volpe's arm, like it's toast. I mean, he'd be much better as a second baseman if you want my opinion, because it's shorter range and I don't know. I just think it's a whole mental thing. Like I said, both sides you know could use a fresh start elsewhere, but I don't know. He's been hitting better, and yeah, it was just a sloppy game for the Yankees, and it can't happen again. I mean, the defense did let Will Warren down. Yeah, it did, but Will Warren's got to make some better pitches, and yeah, it was just not a good day.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, not a good day. It happens, like we said. So, and they've been playing amazing. But also another thing I want to cover because we talk about Volpe all the time. I just wanted to bring that up briefly as well. We're going to be bringing up brief points. We're just kind of going over the overview. We're going to stream tomorrow, also late at night after the game. It is Father's Day. Today is Father's Day. Actually, happy Father's Day to everyone out there who's listening in the AM. We will
Yeah,
go
I got
live.
my dad a Judge jersey yeah
Yeah. Oh, that's great,
for
Jimmy.
Father's Day.
That
Hmm.
is great, Jimmy. But so we're just going over points that we just want to touch up on real quick before we get out. And another point I want to bring up is Jazz. and we've talked about Jazz has been on a hot streak. You like Jazz and stuff like that. I've kind of been the one. I've kind of been a little more like back and forth. Like I really don't like him because I've said I don't like his strikeout, and he's always swinging for the fences, and we continue to see that. Yes, he gets a hold of one every now and again, and he gets on that hot streak, and then you're like, oh, he's insane, he's a top, and then he just cools back off. That's what he does in October. He gets hot in the summer, then in October he's abysmal, nowhere to be seen on the field. But he continues to swing for the fences today with guys on. He's not situational at all. He's pulling off of the ball. He's swinging up. You can obviously see he's trying to launch. So those low pitches are easy for him to swing and miss at if you throw it low and away and in the dirt at him. And if you throw it high and outside or high and inside, he's just going to be under it. So he needs to be better situationally. I hate how he always just thinks it's home run, home run, home run, home run. I really do. I don't like that at all. I don't like Jazz on the Yankees. He doesn't fit this team. I just, I really don't want to see him on the field. And I love his personality. I love his charisma. I love his energy and flashiness. And you love it when he hits home runs and he's flashy and he's swaggy. But he just swings and misses and tries to look like a goofball and sells out on home runs too much of the time. And I cannot stand that, Jimmy. I really can't stand that. And watching his at bats, you see it. Like you can see what he's trying to do. And we're not major leaguers. And then major league pitchers could obviously see that, and catchers could see that behind the plate, so they know where to pitch him. It's a terrible look. It's a terrible approach to go up to the batter's box with, and he just needs to be better. He needs to be more of a professional hitter and stop trying to go 50-50. He's not a 50-50 guy. I don't care if he hit 20 homers, but he batted 270 or 280. You know what I mean? He's got to stop selling out for home runs. And that's what I got to say about him.
Yeah, I agree. His last 7 games he's hitting 150. 150, and he's three for his last 20.
Mm.
That's been his approach, ever since he became a Yankee. Oh, swing for the fences. I want to be like Aaron Judge. Well, you won't be like Aaron. Nobody will be like Aaron Judge, and he certainly won't be like it. But it just pisses me off. His approach at the plate is so damn frustrating. I mean, just a lot of strikeouts in this game, and I see why the Yankees shopped him in the winter.
Yep.
But he's got to turn that shit around, because it's disappointing, and it's just becoming it's tiring. It's tiring. And now you got Austin Wells back tomorrow. Boone already said to reporters that, oh, he's going to be in the lineup tomorrow. Oh yay, oh joy.
It's terrible. It really is, Jimmy. Why are they sending down Ascara? The catchers, him
I
and Ali
understand them
Sanchez
sending
have,
down the Scara.
yeah, but they've been actually hitting, and he actually threw out a runner, and Austin Wells injured Lombard and hasn't been hitting in his rehab starts, hasn't been hitting
Well, he
up
had
here.
2 home runs, so
I really don't care. I mean, he swings for the fences every time like
no,
Jazz, so
I get that, but
you know,
I mean, he had 2 home runs, so he did hit a little bit.
I mean, well, yeah, obviously. I mean, I'd say he didn't hit well. Obviously, he hit
Well, he
some,
hasn't
but
hit well in
he's
three
not.
years.
Yeah, he hasn't hit like for average and consistently is what I'm trying to say. But Ascara comes in, pinch hits today, gets a single. Ali Sanchez gets a single. Why are we gonna keep trotting out Wells if he's gonna keep being terrible? the the headaches
Well,
was definitely a phantom eye out. I think there's no way that was a real thing. If it is, I mean, hopefully he's better and he doesn't deal with that. I don't wish injury upon any player whatsoever. I like him, hate him, want him off the team, want him traded. I don't care. I don't, or if they're on another team, I don't wish for injury upon anybody. But I am a realist, and I will tell you how it is. And Wells should not be up on this ball club with guys like JC Escar and Ali Sanchez on the team. And that's sad to say because he was a top catching prospect at one point.
Who was a top catching prospect at one point?
For the Yankees, I'm saying Austin Wells. He was our
Yeah,
top catching
right.
prospect, not
I
like
thought
in
I
Major League Baseball.
no, I know. I thought you meant JC Escarra. I was like, what are you
Mm-mm.
talking about? He's like
No, no,
30
no,
years old and he,
not no, not
used to
Escar.
drive Ubers back. He used to
Yeah,
be an Uber driver back in the
yeah,
day.
I saw
So
that.
it's a
Uh,
cool story seeing him, play in the majors, but yeah, that catching position is going to need a big upgrade. But yeah, Wells should not be up here. I mean, his at bats are so putrid. I can't stand it. It's bad. If it's this bad, if he's really bad, which I think will happen at the plate, I think it's time for the Yankees to just get rid of him. But I think anybody attending the games should just boo the shit out of him. I mean, like deafening boos, it's so loud, like the other boroughs of New York City can hear him. The boos. I mean, enough is enough. This guy shouldn't be back up here, but this could have been prevented if Brian Cashman didn't sleep the whole offseason and just got a right-handed catcher. But nope,
Didn't sleep in his tent.
it's just. I mean, they ran it back with the same team. I mean, yeah, yeah. Of course, we're happy with the start, but it was so obvious that a right-handed hitting catcher was in need, and now you're gonna be now you need to scramble at the deadline to find a right-handed hitting catcher, just like a competent catcher in general, offensively. So I don't agree with Wells being back. That's all I gotta say. It's just the wrong decision. Should have had him down in AAA for a week or two, and no, yeah, it should have been that way. But that basically tells me right there. Yeah, it was a waste of a game, and I'm sorry that you
Waste.
went there, Brian.
Yeah.
He went there with
Brian.
he went
Oh,
there.
Brian, you went to the game today?
Yeah, he went there with his girlfriend. He had some really nice seats. I'm glad he got the Judge
I'm
bobblehead.
I'm sorry for you, Brian.
I got that shit off of eBay because I was working all day today, 12 to 9, and I'm just drained. But it was a waste of a game, and the fact that Austin Wells is coming back tomorrow is just, ugh, damn.
Yeah, yeah.
Why? I am not even. I'm not even excited for it. I mean, I'm not just given the. You know, if Yankees fans had a clue, just give this guy the Joey Gallo treatment. Just boo him,
He might be worse than
boo
Gallo
him.
at this point. Yeah, he
Well, at
might be
least Gallows
because
can defend, but Gallows
yeah,
should have never been a Yankee. That's
uh,
the that's the
yeah,
that's the whole thing. It's just, yeah. I mean, that this is all Brian Cashman's fault, the whole catching situation, and it's as clear as day that they don't want Ben Rice to catch,
Mhm. Yeah. Like me and Jimmy said, though,
which
this
I
is
agree with.
yes. Like me and Jimmy said, though, we still think it's one game. We're not freaking out, but when you lose a game, we bring up the negatives because you have to. And it's brief. We're getting through this brief because there's so little negatives, and we know what they are. We're just trying to address them in
We
full
talk about
and
them all
pointing
the
them out.
time.
All the time, Jimmy. All the time we've been talking since the first episode me and you did, we've pointed it out, right? But
Yeah, everybody knows that Volpe's just a streaky player, and
yeah,
Austin Wells is
exactly.
just an absolutely feeble player.
Yeah, but me and you've talked about we still think it's the deepest team since '09, but
It is,
you're
but
still
they
gonna
got to.
have flaws, and there's still things that need to be addressed, and they still can be addressed because you still have the deadline. You're lucky you're not past the deadline and you have this issue. You have the deadline, address your issues, and you're the best team in the AL by far and should win the AL.
Well,
It's
they
like
are the
20.
best team in the
Yeah,
AL right now, but yeah,
it's this AL this year reminds me of 2024 when they went. It was weak as well, and they went to the World Series. They should be able to get through this AL, and I think they're going to compete fairly well with the Dodgers. I don't care who they get at the deadline, frankly enough. If you get a catcher and you fix the bullpen, they're deadly. But yes, these are
And
problems.
they got to
Wells
stay
is a
healthy.
problem. They got to stay healthy. That's a big concern. Have to
You
stay
got to get
healthy.
guys back. You need a Max Fried back. You need
Judge back
Giancarlo back. You need Judge back. Listen, listen, I get the whole thing like, oh, we don't need Giancarlo back. Well,
in October. Yeah.
in October you need him, but just be nice to see Giancarlo play baseball again. I mean, I just want to see him get it. I want to see Giancarlo Stanton get to 500 career home runs, but it's a good team, guys. This is a good Yankees team, but you know, sorry if this is like a Debbie Downer of an episode, but what is there positive to talk about? They got blown the hell out today. They look putrid, and they made a lot of mistakes in the field and at the plate. They couldn't cash in when it mattered. Went 0 for 13 with runners in scoring position. Just not, just not your typical great day for the Yankees. So
Yeah, and it like we said multiple times, it happens. Day game after a night game, it's gonna happen. The offense is gonna go cold, but they've went cold 2 out of the last 3 games. Is it gonna carry on? Hopefully not. I don't think it will. Just a game that they lost. They're gonna lose. Don't expect them to win 162 and go 162 and 0. It's gonna happen. But tomorrow got another day game 135 against Burns, and we have ERC going on the bump. Hopefully he could give us some length. 5, 6 innings, 3 or less runs is what I say every time. That's what I expect from all the starters. Just 3 or less. That's what I want. Those are all my notes, Jimmy. Do you have any notes that you want to bring up for tomorrow or anything else you want to
well,
talk about?
let's dig into Chase Burns and the Elmer
Sure.
Rodriguez matchup. Let's start with Chase Burns. So let's go here. He'll be making his 15th start tomorrow. He's 8-1 with a 2.01 ERA
Oh,
in
wow.
80.2 innings pitched. He's got 95 strikeouts. He's got the fourth best ERA in the MLB. He's 23 years old, and he was the number two pick in 2024, and he debuted a year later. He's a legit kid. Um, you know, just this is going to be a tough game tomorrow. And then we're gonna see what he throws. He's got a four-pitch arsenal. He relies on that four-seamer 57% of the time. Slider, that slider is really good. About 30, he relies on that 36 and a half, like around 37% of the time. And that changeup he throws 6% of the time, and he's only thrown one curveball in 2026. But
Oh, okay.
you know, this is a candidate for the NL National League Cy Young, but you got Christopher Sanchez and Jacob Mizorowski, who are easily in contention for that as well, and probably more favored than Chase Burns. But um, the Yankees announced that Jake Bird was optioned to AAA. We're gonna move on to the Yankee side, and he can't come up for, I think it's like 10 days or 15
Hmm.
days or 14
Something
days,
like that. Yeah.
something like that. So they call up Elmer Rodriguez. At first, I was like, my first initial reaction was, damn, we're not going to get the highly anticipated, you know, Chase Burns and Garrett Cole matchup.
Mhm.
But, it's smart to have your pitchers on like extra rest because, like I said, Weathers is approaching a career high in innings. Warren and Schlittler haven't thrown this much. Cole's coming back from Tommy John. Rodon is, you know, coming back from an elbow issue, and just give him more time to just relax, keep his arm intact. But Since Garrett Cole isn't starting tomorrow, it'll be Elmer Rodriguez. He'll be making his fourth start, and he's pitched 13 innings in four starts is not very good. He's 0-1, and he's got a 4.15 ERA. And yeah, we're gonna have to wait and see what happens. Could this be a showcase for teams at the deadline, or or the Yankees seriously this high on him? We don't know. And it's going to be an intriguing game tomorrow, 1:35 p.m. It's a Father's Day game. It's on the Yes Network, and we'll see how the Yankees respond tomorrow. It's the series finale before they head out to Detroit for a three-game series, and then Boston to a four-game series. So, yeah, those are all my thoughts. Quick show tonight.
Yep, quick show. Not really much to complain about. We just had our some things that we wanted to address. Just a loss. The Yankees have been playing great. Chase Burns, the Yankees, I feel like are usually good at hitting the fastball. Hopefully they can attack that fastball early. They have an approach. They can ambush it because we know he throws it hard. He's got that good slider, that good off-speed pitch. He throws. He's a solid pitcher. Ambush his first pitch.
He's a
Get me
stud.
over pitches, ambush those, get on early, see if a strike, and hit it. Don't wait to get behind in the count and into a pitcher's count. Get into a hitter's count and a count that you want to be in and feel comfortable hitting. ERC, he needs a larger sample size. His stuff has looked good. He's just worked around the
The
zone and
command is
yeah,
not
the
there yet.
command. He's just got to work inside the zone, be more in the zone. His stuff is going to play. His stuff is good. Work in the zone. That's why I want to see him tomorrow. I want to see him work in the zone, get his ground balls, get his swing and miss, and get people off balance, tunnel real nice, use all his pitches, mix it up really well. I think he could be solid. Needs more. As you said, he may be showcasing for other teams and potential trades for catchers, bullpen arms, schoolboy. We don't know yet, but I love the matchup. I want to see it. Should be a fun game. We'd miss out on Cole and Burns, but regardless, should be a fun game for the Yankees. Hopefully they come out on top. 135, game three, rubber game matchup. 1-1 in the series tied. Can the Yankees pull it off and take the series? Tomorrow, me and Jimmy will be going live late at night because we both have stuff during the day. It is Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, every father that's watching, and everyone who isn't a father that's out there and has a father. Happy Father's Day to all of you guys. Wish your fathers happy Father's Day. It's a great day. And Jimmy, that's all we got.
Yeah, just a couple more things on Chase Burns. Righties this year are hitting 186 against him, and lefties are hitting 196. So he's unhittable. So tomorrow should be interesting. And let's see if the Yankees can, you know, get some big hits off of Chase Burns. I mean, maybe Spencer Jones whacks a fastball out of the ballpark tomorrow, or a Ben Rice,
Oh
because
yeah,
Ben
we should
Rice,
we should see Spencer Jones in there again.
yeah, because anything that Ben Rice hits, I mean, it's just it's hard hit. He just hits the shit out of the ball. So yeah, those are my thoughts, and hopefully they end this homestand with a what's it called, 4-2 record, and they got one more homestand coming up after this 7-game road trip before the All-Star break. Can you believe we're almost there already?
The season flies by. It starts and it's like, oh, we got a long season, 162, and every day, day by day, it's just like, wow, we're getting closer and closer to the end, and it catches up on you real, real quick, Jimmy. It really does. But that's all I got. Happy Father's Day. That's the Yankees Den podcast. Your host, Lorenzo, your co host, Jimmy, will be live tomorrow. Look out for the notice. I might post a short of just reacting to the lineup, but me and Jimmy will be live. And Jimmy, let's go Yankees.
Let's go Yankees. Let's do it.